So you can see I've put some blurbs. Got the guy. This was my idea of a hunk. That's Albert, really sexy. So all you really need to know is that the main character's name is Bev, and because I changed it up. And these are the last 2 chapters. So she's already been stuffed into lockers a bunch in the beginning, and now she's going to change everything. Chapter 5, the dance. This was it, the big dance. All morning, Bev had been waiting for lunch. Then she'd change into her black miniskirt and her black and pink top. Bring, announced the bell. Bev rushed to the girls' change room. She changed in 5 minutes flat. As the others arrived, she brushed her hair until it shone like gold. Then, and only then, she ate lunch. Finally, the 1 o'clock bell made everyone's stomach flip. Please walk single file to Mrs. Banjo's room, Mr. Banks reminded his class as they raced down the hall. Mrs. Banjo, Banjo, pluck, 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 chanted the boys, until pluck turned into a naughty word. Bev was too excited to notice. Soon the music would start, and the first burst of soft music once again reminded Beverly of reality. She sat on the bench, gazing at her friends. Olivia and George were together, and Trisha cuddled up to Mike. Sarah was with a cute guy, and Emily sat beside her. Albert, that's the hunk, started towards Bev, smiling. All of a sudden, Lawrence ran up and dragged her into the mob of dancers. Albert's face fell. He quickly asked Emily, then danced his way towards Lawrence and Bev. All of a sudden, Lawrence's hand slipped from around her waist and eased down where they shouldn't. Bev tried to get away, but Lawrence held her closer. Then he fell to the ground with a bleeding nose. Albert smiled at Bev. He deserved it, Bev. What a punch. I learned from Grandpa Duncan, confessed Bev. Let's dance. Emily, who Alan had brought up to dance with, got the point and went off to dance with Mike, who smiled coyly and winked. Bev and Albert danced together for every dance. Sally and Heather looked positively green. They were too mad to even dance with Alan. At the end of the dance, Albert pulled Bev aside gently, and she received her first kiss. She kissed Albert back, and then they parted, hoping that the following Monday would come quicker than ever. Final chapter, chapter 6, the news spreads. The next morning, Bev came to the school expecting to be laughed out of it. Instead, she was the talk of the school. The snob group was in pieces. Albert joined Bev's group, the Wraparounds. Oh yeah. Bev had become popular overnight. People tried to join the Wraparounds, but Bev limited the group to her closest friends. Lockers were a thing of the past. In fact, being pushed into a locker by a wraparound was an honor. Olivia, Trisha, Emily, Sarah, Albert, and of course, Bev, stuck together. They shopped together and threw parties. The snob squad, as Sally and Heather were now called, was devastated. They had spread the word of Bev's kiss to begin with, and it had backfired. Beverly's life has totally changed now. She's popular, and thanks to hairspray, she's pretty. Albert had turned down all dates, even from wraparound members, and devoted himself to Bev. He was also the first boy to join the wraparounds, and he's still the hottest hunk. All's well that ends well, but remember, this story is just beginning. Thank you.